Very good afternoon to one and all. This is Dr. Pranay Dute, and today in this lecture we will going to see overview of a paleontology. This is a part of your paper, that is a elementary physical and structural geology. Okay, so the basic in elementary geology you have some basics about all the things. So now what the paleontology is all about, the study of fossil. What the paleontology is all about, the study of fossil. And what is the fossil? Fossil is nothing but the remains or traces of once living organism. Remains or traces of once living organism is known as fossil. So, so the fossil in its most of the general sense refer to any preserved evidences. These are nothing but the any preserved evidences that has formed in a rock, which is obtained through a digging or extraction from the host rock. So whenever you going for any extraction, whenever you are going for any extraction, you get a one organism which is buried in a rocks, that is known as fossil. So the paleontology, that is a paleos or ontos or logy. Paleo, ontos or logy, that is a ancient life study. Paleontology is proposed by the D. Blenwell and Don Weldham in 1834. So paleontology is basically paleos means so three combination of three words. The paleontology is nothing but a combination of three words, that is a paleos, ontos and logy. Paleos means ancient, ontos means life, logy is nothing but a study. So ancient life study, the ancient life study, what you are going to do with the paleontology, ancient life study. A fossil is an impression. A fossil is an impression that casts original material or track of any animal or plant that is preserved in a rock after the original organic material is transformed or removed. So paleontology is what? Paleontology is the impression. Fossil is the impression. Fossil, it's not like, mostly it's not like that you have all the animal or plant as it is been stored. Yes, it's stored, but it's not in all cases. Understand the thing that it's not in all cases. Sometimes the impression of fossil means, if the fossil is goes by this route, they having the impression, they are leave the impression behind their path, that will be known as the fossil also. Then you have a cast. Fossil is having an impression, then you have a cast, then you have original material or track of any animal or plant that is preserved in a rock after the original organic material which is transformed or removed. So you have a live assemblage, you have a live assemblage, destruction of most soft tissue in a fossil, destruction of most hard tissue, destruction of most fossil. So this is the different condition, death assembly, and all this is a different path routes of. So now the main thing about paleontology is what how you can classify the paleontology. How you can classify the paleontology. So paleontology can be classified into two different units. One is vertebrate, one is invertebrate. One is vertebrate and one is invertebrate. So megafossil is having a two different part, vertebrates and invertebrates. Then you have a microfossil, that is a foraminifers. Microfossil is nothing but you have a microscopic animal. Then diatom, osteopod, etc. Ichnofossil. So this is a different branches of paleontology. Then you have importance of the fossil. What is the importance of fossil? The fossil is used to study the biostratigraphy. Fossil is used to study the biostratigraphy part of the dating of the rock. Biostratigraphy is mainly used to date any rock. Then to study the evolution, geographic distribution of ancient animal, and to study the paleoecology, paleoenvironmental interpretation. Then to study the paleogeography and paleobiogeography, paleotemperature. So this is the different the application, or you can say the importance of the fossil. This is the different importance of fossil. The importance of fossil is to study the biostratigraphy. Means you should know about the age of the different rocks, and this one study the evolution, geographic distribution of ancient animals, study the paleoecology, paleoenvironment interpretation, study the paleogeography, paleobiogeography, and paleotemperature. What is mean by these all terms? I will explain you in a one by one. So biostratigraphy is nothing but the a stratigraphic column. What is stratigraphic column? A sequence, a layering of a different rocks. Different rocks is having a different age of that one rock. So you have a biostratigraphy. Then you have what we can say the after the biostratigraphy you have a evolution and geographic distribution of ancient animal. Evolution and geographic distribution of ancient animal. Then to study the paleo ecology, then you have to study the paleoecology. So this is what the all are the application of, this is all are the nothing but the application of your paleontology to the subject. So paleontology is a study of the raw fossil. Paleontology is nothing but a study of fossil, which can be used for a different purpose. Which can be used for a different purpose. So the paleontology is nothing but a study of your rocks and fossil. Paleontology is nothing but a study of rock and fossil, and also the different kind of organism which is buried under, different kind of organism which is buried under. So nothing but you can have a detailed study. You can have a detailed study of the paleontology using this all the branches of the paleontology. All these branches of paleontology can be studied for the different fossil record. So next to this one, what you have a mode of preservation of fossil. A mode of preservation of fossil. So your fossil has been preserved in a different condition, different classes. So whatever the condition of your fossil is there, whatever your condition of fossil is there, that fossil is get preserved in a different rock type, different rocks. So what is these rocks are all about? The rocks are a sedimentary rock are mostly the rock where you can have this uh, what we can say that this uh, the your what we can say the preservation with the soft part. The preservation of this one as a soft part can be takes place in the hard part and a soft part. So you have both kind of the tissue which can be used to have a bifurcate, or we can say the what we can say the you can have a petrification and replacement of this one. Uh, or this all kind of structure, and this one we can use for the what we can say the preservation of this part. Preservation of this part. So you have a petrification and replacement process. You have a petrification and replacement imprints, traces and trails, burrows, and incrustation as speleon environment. So these all are the different kind of things which we. Then you have an entire body preservation. Then you have an entire body preservation. So in this mode, the entire body of animal is preserved with the skin in extremely dry and cold climate. So the fossil, that is a woolly mammoth from the Siberia, found to be entire skin and hard body part. So sometimes you find a entire body that will be preserved in a that cold and dry mode. So you know that ice is the best preservating solution or preservating matter where you can preserve anything in a ice, because it's the temperature is going below this one. So the mammoth from Siberia found to be entire skin and a hard part as it is. Umber is a natural tree resin that had hardened through various chemical changes. Sometimes this sap surround an insect, preserve it with perfect detail and look like a stone. So world oldest baby snake found preserved in a umber. So uh, umber is nothing but a what? A natural tree resin that had hardened. Natural tree resin that has been hardened is known as umber. Then you have a world oldest baby snake that is found in this umber. Then you have the new species that is lived in a mid Cretaceous period. The fossil, which was just a 5 centimeter in length, you know, just a 5 centimeter length. So you can imagine how small this fossil is. How small this fossil is. So the umber is nothing but a fossil which can having a tree resin and all. Next, entire skeleton preservation. So first you see about the entire soft part and hard part can preserve. After this one, you now see that this is the entire how the entire skeleton has been preserved. This is also a rare mode of preservation of fossil. In this mode, the entire skeleton of the animal is preserved. In this mode, the entire skeleton of the animal is preserved. For preservation of this type fossil, the climatic condition should be extremely dry or extremely cold. Again, the cold condition is mostly favorable for the preservation. A new species of South American fossil terror bird called as the, the name is almost very hard to pronounce in the paleontology. Why the peoples or why the students are get fear from the paleontology mostly because of their name. Their name in such a means they are mostly belong to the person who is get invented this one, or the region or the place for where they are get invented. So most of the student are get very much first fear about the paleontology just because of the name, but just means rather than the name, paleontology is very easy to understand. They have a very if you know the basic concept, you know the process of fossilization and a different kind of fossil. The paleontology is not that much of very much in hard. Then you have a petrification and replacement. Then you have petrification and replacement. So the petrification is the process of removal of particle of original animal body part and replaced by the fine grained sediment or mineral and totally converted into the stone or hard rock. When organism die, bury it tissue may be replaced by the silica calcite or pyrite or some other mineral through the water. It's short. It's the type of preservation in which alteration of the hard part by the mineral matter or sediment. Then you have petrification and replacement. Then you have petrification and replacement. Fishes are the petrified over limestone. This photograph is suggesting what? The fish. You know, all of you know the fish. Many of you are also take this. So fishes are petrified over the limestone. This is a royal on the one of the museum in maybe in London where it get uh, stored. Then you have a mold and cast. So what is the concept of mold and what is the concept of cast? When remain get buried, they are surrounded with the sediment. When remain are buried, they are surrounded with the sediment. The impression that buried object made in the surrounding sediment is called the extreme mold. It's called the extreme mold. If the buried object is hollow, it can also be infilled with the sediment. The impression of interior of the of buried object is called as a internal mold. In many cases, the actual buried object decay or is dissolved, leaving only internal or an external mold. So this is what the mold and cast is all about. So mold is nothing but the surrounded with the sediment or the impression that is buried object made the surrounding. So that is your mold, which is the external part of the your what we can say the whatever the fossil they are recorded. So external part is the mold. If the internal part is get stored, that is called is the cast. So mold and cast is a very basic concept. I can show you what is the mold and what is the cast. So if this charger get buried, only the outer part of this one, only the outer part of this one get buried, and you can have a hollow. What we can say the you can have a fossil like this. If the internal part is get also buried, you have all the internal structure is also preserved here as it is. So this is known as the mold and the cast. This is again an example of Turritella, one of the species, a a paleontological species. So you have a Turritella, that is the outer part is preserved in Turritella. Then you have a external part which is present, that is a external mode. So internal mode and external mode, these two modes are there. The internal mode and you have a this. So mold and cast is nothing but a preservation of external part as well as internal part. Then you have imprints. Then you have imprints. What is imprint? These imprints are basically we get in the very fine grained sedimentary rock, that is a shale. Imprints basically we get in the very fine grained sedimentary rock, that is a shale. The leaf is sandwiched between the two strata. The leaf is sandwiched between the two strata. After the decomposition of the strata, only the replica of the Glossopteris leaf remain. After the leaf which is sandwiched between the two strata, the decomposition of strata, only the replica of the Glossopteris leaf remain. Then you have a trace and fossil. Then you have a trace and trails. So what is the traces and what is the trails? What is the traces and what is the trails? So traces. Traces is nothing but the what we can say the what we can say the if the any animal get their path is remain as it is, so that is known as the trace and trails. Then the burrowing. What is mean by burrowing? Burrowing is nothing but the borrowing is nothing but the you can see in the picture and you can have an idea about this one. You know that the certain animals get having their what we can say the behavior of to borrow some material inside the earth, and they left the that hole as it is. So this hole, if this hole can be stored, this is known as boring. This is known as boring. Then you have environment and preservability. Then you have environment and preservability. What is the environmental preservability? A deposit that contain large number of unusually well preserved fossils, that is known as your what? Deposit that contain large number of unusually, that is your Lagerstrain. So then this is your all of these are the preservability. This is a different kind of fossil reports we have from the images. You can able to see the different kind of animal, how it looks like and all. This is again one of the different mineral or one of the different fossil you can have. So now how you can when we study all the world with their distribution of the fossil, when we study the all world for the distribution of the fossil, you can see that there is a certain pattern in a of oceanic, what we can say the sediment or of oceanic this one preservation of the different fossil. So calcareous sediment are those sediment. The calcareous sediment are those sediment which is formed and found in a rock. Where is this one? That is known as your calcareous sediment. That is known as your calcareous sediment. So where you can have calcareous sediment, you can see in the world map where it can be the calcareous sediment, where it is the a deep sea clay, terrigenous sediment. So on the basis of study, whatever the study we till now have been taken place, that all study can have explain here and get all study are at one place, and that is known as your distribution of different uh, fossil in a pelagic sediment. Then you have invertebrate parentology. Then you have invertebrate parentology. What is the invertebrate parentology? Invertebrate parentology is the concept of invertebrate coined by Jean Baptiste. So the invertebrate parentology is coined by the Jean Baptiste, one of the scientists or pioneer scientists who given this concept. The soft body animal as a mollusca are come under the invertebrate. So you have vertebrate and invertebrate. So what is the vertebrate and what is the invertebrate? So we have a phylum, gas, a phylum, gas, and a different kind of animals. So or each type of animal you have been differentiate into a different manner. So the subphylum Diasoma, gastropods, cephalopods, and Pelicypoda. These all are the different kind of uh, phylum mollusca name. Then you have a class. Then you have a different classes. What is that classes? Class is a gastropod. Gastropod is one of the class, and this class consists of snail and slug from the saltwater, freshwater, and land. Then meaning of the gastropod in the Greek, gaster, stomach, and podapit is known as the gastropod. So what is the classification? A systematic classification and of the phylum mollusca, that is gastropod. So the gastropod, the kingdom of the gastropod is a animal. It is having invertebrates, phylum, mollusca, subphylum, Cryptosoma, and class. At the end, you have a class that is a gastropod. So this is a systematic classification of the phylum Mollusca gastropoda. This is a phylum Mollusca and what we can say the uh, class gastropoda. So all these things are studied in this subject. Now you can see the morphology of hard part of gastropod. So in one single animal like a man, we have two hands, two legs, and stomach and mouth and all. So this is our anatomy we can call. So in case of the what we can say, in case of the uh, morphological study, you can have a different type of terminology have to use this one. Like you have a spiral, then you have leaf, then you have aperture, coiling axis, uh, pole, uh, apex. So these all are the morphological part of the this one. Then you have a nuclear or apical wall. Then you have a nuclear or apical wall. So what is this one? So morphology of hard part. What is the morphology of hard part? The gastropod are belong to the phylum Mollusca known as a soft body animal, and their protective skeleton part known as shell. It is mostly exoskeleton. The shell are in a isotropic or anisotropic form. The shell are in a isotropic and anisotropic form. The shell is made up of the cell secreted calcareous material. So gastropod itself secretes some this material and is also having a formation of this one. Then you have the gastropod which are belong to the conspiral shell of the gastropods, that is known as the protonoge and the rest of the shell of the Hydronodes. So all gastropod shell are single piece and occur in the region range of simply symmetrical to asymmetrical, colonal scap shaped, and this one is represented by patella. This term we go toward the apex from the main body whole known as away the apex of the. So these all are the different part of the your this one body. Then you have aperture. The opening at the anterior side of the shell known as aperture. The opening of the anterior side of the shell is known as aperture. The aperture is a locating aperture is located location where the main body of soft animal is outside from the shell, and the wall is known as the main body wall. The peristrome of some shell, as like a Nikita known as holostromus and peristrome are group known as the different shell of a gastropod show a different aperture shape as different in a next design. So this is a different aperture for the. So you can see this is a different shape of gastropod. So how many type of gastropods are there? You often seen this type of structure at the coastal area and also you can see one by one and take this what how beautiful this shell is all about. See one by one how beautiful the gastropod looks like. This is another one. This was another type of gastropod. The class is same, but subphylum and all subclasses and these are a different one. Okay. Then you have an interior of a shell. Then you have an interior of shell. The gastropod which is having a gastropod which is having coiling along the axial core which is very narrow. It allows the inner part of an adjacent wall to unite for a force. This fusion of inner part of the whole result into the formation of axial pillar known as columella. It is extend from base of the shell to the apex. The shell having a columella known as a imperforate, and shell don't have a columbella having a hollow tube-like space, which is a this is the interior of a shell. This is again an interior of a shell. Can have a different part like apex, nuclear wall, suture, partial wall, outer LIB, aperture, and so on. So this is a interior of, or how we can see the or. The coiling of the shell is also having a what how the coiling of the shell is there. So the gastropod shows a different type of shape and structure. Gastropod shows the same type of structure. So they also coiling pattern from which we can differentiate them. The dextral and so this is how the coiling of the shell has been looks like. You can see these beautiful photographs from this. You can able to can have this photograph moreover. This is a different type of gastropod, different type of gastropod shell we have. Like you have a vermiculata, uh, mitra, sponus. So this one is a popular gastropod shells. You often seen this on a coastal side. If you visit any of the coast, Konkan side and all, you can able to see this kind of gastropod shell often. And you may collect at your childhood that sometimes it looks so beautiful, and you as a collection you can have this gastropod shell. So now what the next is whenever you see any gastropoda, the gastropoda is often having say the some particular age range. Okay, so that is known as the index fossil. Also, we call it the index fossil. What is the index fossil is all about? Index fossil are those fossil which having a some particular age range, which having a like what we have a human being, we have some pre-existing form of the life in the form of some we can say the homo sapiens sapien and all this one. So you know that when we talk about the homo sapiens, they are the older one, our ancestor to us. When you call as a modern human, what is the age of modern human? That's the 21st century. Likewise, in a same scenario, you have a different type of gastropods. In the same scenario, you have a different type of gastropod which having a different age, which having a different age to the different fossil. So what is the age for the Turritella? The age of the Turritella is Cretaceous to present. So whenever you encounter with any Turritella, if you see any Turritella, you must know that Turritella the age of this turritella is Cretaceous. The age of the turritella is Cretaceous. Next one is the patella. That patella, the age of the patella is Paleozoic. The age of the patella is Paleozoic. Jurassic to Cretaceous age. Turbo, that is the Jurassic to present. Kypra, that is Eocene to present. So different fossil and having a different age. Different fossil is having a different age. So this is all about what we can say the paleontology. So just we take the overview of this what we till now we study about. So starting from the paleontology definition, what is the paleontology? Paleontology is nothing but a study of fossil. Paleontology is nothing but a study of fossil. What is the fossil? Fossil is the remains of the trace and a organism which is once lived in a your what we are called system. So fossil is the Latin word and its most general sense refer to an any preserved evidences of ancient biological organism in the rock record that is obtained through the digging extraction from the host rock. A paleontology, a paleontology word coming from the paleos means ancient, ontos means life, and logy means study. So paleontology, paleontology. So this is a combination of three different words. Paleontology is a combination of three different words. A fossil is an impression. A fossil is an impression, cast, original material or track of any animal or plant that is preserved in a rock after the original organic material that is transformed or moved. Then you have a branches of paleontology, a different branches of paleontology. So paleontology is divided into the mega fossil that is studied in a vertebrate and invertebrate paleontology that is known as your mega fossil. Then you have a foraminifera, a diatom that is studied under the microfossil. So, what is the importance of fossil? The importance of fossil is to study the biostratigraphy. The importance of study fossil is to study the biostratigraphy, to study the evolution, geographic distribution of an ancient animal, study the paleoecology, paleoenvironment interpretation. So these all are the important of the paleontology. Why we study the paleontology, or we can say the application of paleontology. Then you have a different mode of preservation in how they are get preserved in any. So this is how you can preserve any fossil. Sometimes you find the entire body preserved. So you may heard about the news that in Siberia you find the mammoth, which is having a full body can be stored in the entire with the entire skin and the hard body part. So that one is known as a mammoth. Umber is a natural tree resin that is had a hardened through the various chemical changes. Sometimes this sap surround as an insect, preserve it with the perfect detail, looks like a stone. So the world oldest baby snake found preserved in a umber. You have 100 million-year-old baby that is a snake preserved inside of a piece of umber from Myanmar. The new species that is a double. The umber is nothing but a natural tree. So you can find the umber in a very often in a fossil. Whenever you visit to the museum, the umber should be there. So umber is a very popular fossil at all. So then you can have an entire skeleton of the preservation. You may heard about that there is a dinosaur egg and all the bone of the dinosaur may be found in Nagpur, Chota Nagpur and all. So this is nothing but you can have a part of that one, part of the that fossil. Then you have a petrification record, the fossil wood. A fossil wood nothing but when you have a fossil at some places, they get petrified. They get petrified means they are replaced. The whatever the fossil or whatever the your trees are there, the trees are get replaced completely by what your rock, and that is known as a petrification process. Petra means rock. Petra means rock, and that will be replaced with the petrification. So then you have fishes, mold and cast. In mold and cast, nothing but the The two type of preservation, one is giving a impression of inside and outside. So you have imprints of the this petra, the fossil. Then you have a ignofossil. Burrows mean the boring which is created by the different fossil. Okay. Then you have a different kind of fossil which we can see from this one. This is a different. Then the whatever the distribution of the pelagic sediment. Okay, pelagic sediment. Whatever the ocean we have, they have mostly have a pelagic sediment. So you have a calcareous sediment, deep sea clay, glacier sediment, siliceous sediment, terrigenous sediment, and ocean margin sediment. So different type of sediments we have. Then you have invertebrate paleontology. The concept of invertebrate coined by the Jean Baptiste. So the soft body animal as a mollusca are comes under the invertebrate. The phylum Mollusca. The phylum Mollusca, subphylum Cryptosoma, subphylum Diasoma, Gastropod, uh, Thalassopida. So these all are the phylum Mollusca, subpart of the phylum Mollusca. Then you have a class gastropod. This class consists of snail and slug from the salt water. This class are consist of snail and slug from the salt water. The meaning of this gastropod in the Greek gastra, stomach, and podapit. So this one is the whenever you go to study any kind of systematic for this one means what is the kingdom, subkingdom, phylum, subphylum, class, and all. We have to classify accordingly their classification system already given by the some of this thing. Then you have a morphology of hard part, like the human. We have hand, ear. You have eyes and the whatever the body hard part of your body, head, and also the same morphology is possessed by the each and every animal, but the name of this one is a different one. Different one. So the gastropod morphology is about the what we can have uh, apex, one shot, suture, and this all. So the gastropod that are belong to the conspirational shell, this is a different kind of gastropods. This is a different shape of gastropod and aperture. This is the interior of shell. This is the interior of shell. This is a coiling of shell. So these all are the different kind of fossil. These all are the mostly the gastropod fossil. Apart from this gastropod fossil, you also have a different kind of other fossil which can be seen very beautiful in a picture as well as when you store this in a museum, it looks like a very good fossil. This is the interior of the shell, how it looks like inside this thing. This is again an interior of shell. This is the coiling of shell, how the things have been coiled together. This is a different form of gastropod again. So thank you for this one. So this is all about the paleontology. What we study under the paleontology, different kind of paleontological things, and what the study is all about. The paleontology. Paleontology is basically a study of all the mechanism and all. So this is all about the paleontological study we generally do. So thank you for listening this lecture. Hope you understand the concept of the paleontology, what we are studying in the paleontology. You have a 10 MCQ question in your LMS. You can go and solve this 10 MCQ question so that you can have understand. If you understand the concept, you can easily sort it out this one. So paleontology is basically having a very applied subject. You have there is a lots of research is going on in a paleontology, like you have micropaleontology where you study the different animal for the structure and also for the what we can say the structure and also for the what kind of animal for the your petroleum indicator and all. So this is what all about the what about this is all about the what all about the of petroleum. You can have a study of petroleum. Some of the foraminiferas are mostly associated with the petroleum, so that you can also study that uh, this is a particular petrol forums that is associated mostly with the foraminifera. So this is how you can apply the knowledge of the foraminifera, or not only foraminifera but the micropaleontology and paleontological knowledge to your real time work. So this is how we are studying this all the forums and what is the what we can say the all the paleontological part. So this one is a the research in this field is a very much having a scope for the research, because there is a lakhs of and millions of species is already found and millions of species to be found. So there is a large quantity of the fossil which is still undiscovered, still having a very potential to this one. It is also study for the medicine. Also some fossil are useful for medicinal fossil and all this one. So then you have a forensic part is also there is application of paleontology in forensic part and all. So there is a numerous application of different things here in the paleontology. The paleontology is having a different application, a wide application you can apply. So the the application of this the application of this subject is a very much large. You can do research, you can do your academic study, and also point of view exam. Some of the question is often asked on this what we can say on this topic about how what is the paleontology, what is the forum systematic of forum and this one. Thank you for listening this lecture. Hope you understand all the concept. Thank you for your patience. Thank you all.